to do it? And does it matter when you're looking at the winning goalie versus the losing goalie in that series? Okay, I'm not going to go all the way back, but I'm telling you it's there, and it's pretty fascinating. It's typically about one goal every five high danger chances. So you can imagine a 2-on-1, a breakaway, those screen deflections that are difficult. The Stanley Cup winning goalies are stopping them at a high rate. I'll run you through a couple because I thought this was interesting. Bobrovsky, the year they lost 3 years ago to Vegas, he was giving up one goal every 2.3 high danger chances in the final in the same series that Adin Hill was only allowing one goal every five. So that was the real separator in that series. Adin Hill made the bigger of the saves. Now you go back to last year, Edmonton outscored Florida in the final series 23-18 over the 7 games. Now, last season, Skinner had 41 high danger chances in that series. He only allowed 9 goals. So I think this is why Florida, seemingly better team than Edmonton going into the season. If Edmonton's saying to themselves, we can strengthen ourselves in other places, we'll be okay in net if we can just hedge, that Skinner will do what he did last year, which is a solid series. 9 high danger goals against on 41 is 1 every 4.5, which means you could say, again, evaluating Skinner, is he good enough? That's the only thing we need to have happen. He has to operate around 3.5 to 4.5. He did it already. Let's lean on him for this year. And I think that's why they gambled on it. Go to this year, though. Skinner has faced 25 high danger chances over the 3 games. He's allowed 13 goals on those 25. That's a .480 save percentage. It's 1 goal every 1.9. So if Stanley Cup winning goaltending is between 4 and 5, and you're only getting, you're getting 1 goal every 1.9, you're in trouble. Bobrovsky, comparatively, 1 goal every 5 so far in the Stanley Cup final. So yes, are they getting goalied? They are, because Bobrovsky is overplaying where he should be, and Skinner is significantly underplaying where he should be. All the while, Edmonton has more high danger chances over 3 games than Florida does. Just looking at goalies, like apples to apples with the goalies.
Do you believe that game by game, or I guess series long momentum exists, or is it kind of like fresh start for Skinner next game? We've seen him in these games be good in other situations. You never know what you're going to get.
Are your numbers jeopardizing a start for him next game?
They are, because of the way it looks. Go from the goals last night from 5 all the way up to 1. And goal number 5, Nurse is full of holes on that one. It's the PK goal. But you look at the east to west, and Florida has a book on him right now. They know that when the puck is low, he's going to be in a reverse. And to me, Skinner, if it was me, I wouldn't be down in a reverse there, because he doesn't move well enough out of it. The puck goes east to west, and it's 23 east to west chances faced in the playoffs, 9 goals against. That's a big number. The breakaway goal is goal number 4. And when Bennett scores that one, I'm looking to myself and I'm like, geez, that looks like he could have done anything and scored. He looked relatively easy to beat. I looked up his numbers on breakaways and so far in the postseason. Skinner's faced 14 breakaways. He's allowed 8 goals, guys. 1 every 1.7. That's not a number you can win with. You need momentum changing saves, and you're not getting breakaway saves. It's going to hurt you. So east to west, breakaways. Goal number 2 I didn't like because of positioning. That's the Verhaeghe goal. And you look at positioning, and I think I mentioned this last week, he's got to back up in his crease a little bit. He's out too far for his lack of mobility, so when the puck ends up on Verhaeghe's stick, Verhaeghe looks up and he sees a goalie that's not there that should be there, and the angle's off, his depth is off, and his squareness is off. And guys, you just can't make a save that way. You're sideways in your net, and short side high is exposed. So what I think he needs is a reset. We've seen him reset well. A reset would mean miss a game. If it doesn't work out, you're still going back to Edmonton. You can steal one there, steal one back in Florida, and you might be in a position to, get to a game 7 again. But I think that right now, He's lost his way a little bit. The pressure is so overwhelming. It's so overwhelming. And I think that right now, if you go to Pickard, he can play that way as far as ante up and you can rally behind him. But I think that's their only opportunity. Give Skinner a rest here to take a deep breath.
What'd you think of when they pulled him?
Yeah, I know the guys on the panel were talking about it in between periods, and I think it was Kelly Rudy that said, I'd leave him in there to battle. But are you still in it? Are you still in it?
I'm
at
DeBoer.
4-1?
At like 2 or 3
Right?
in that game, I'd have been
Would you
like,
have
okay.
pulled them after 40 minutes? Would you have pulled them and not get to that next goal?
Yeah, yes. Full body of work, yes. He hasn't had a great series. It's almost like Skinner is one of those guys, like when you see this here, guys.
He's on his belly at the
showing
hash
right
marks.
now, the first goal of the game. There's the Verhagen
That's
one.
a
But the
nasty
first goal
shot,
of the
though,
game,
Belly.
I know, but he was way off for me. Like, he didn't have angle, he didn't have squareness, he was deep. You're not going to get a save there. But again, the first goal, it's there's a lot there, and it's a broken play, but he's all over the place, and it's the panic button is being hit. When a goalie has a game that they're not happy with, it's mostly because they abandoned their game, their style. They didn't play with their stuff. And as soon as he chases outside the post like that, that's not the way he wants to play. He knows it. And that would really infuriate him because, look, I didn't even play my game. Guys, there's so much pressure. I'm going to tell you a quick story. All right, so it's 2009. We are up 3-1 against Washington, and we are handing them the series because we were about to anyway, because Torts throws the water bottle into the stands and gets suspended for a game. Now, that hurt everybody, and I remember saying to my wife, you know what, we're up 3-1 right now, but it doesn't feel like it because that's just how well Hank is playing at this point. So now Torts is not our coach behind the bench because of the incident, and I go into game 5, halfway through the game, I finish it. I go through at halfway point of game 6 and I finish it. And now we're playing game 7 in Washington. And you'll get a kick out of this, Kipper, because it's Rammer, our trainer. In,
Jim Ramsey.
Jim Ramsey comes up to me before, probably 30 seconds before warm-ups. I'm just about to put my helmet on. And he goes, Valley, come over here. And he opens up the training room a crack and he goes, Hank's not good. You're playing. And I was like, whoa, Rammer. Are you serious? Like, I might have just crapped my pants. And he goes, I'm going to go tell Torts. I'm like, whoa. Before you tell Torts, at least see if you can find Benny, our goalie coach. And he finds Benny, brings him in, talks. Like, Hank was just going through it. I mean, he was like Denny Lemieux because we shouldn't have been at 3-1. And then he was getting torched in 5 and 6. And now all of a sudden I'm going in. And finally, Rammer comes